Hi guys and welcome to JTReviews. I'm JT. I'm about to do a review for you. I haven't done a review in bloody ages of a DVD I've got. I said last week my review is gonna be the Wolverine. So, as in preparation for this, I decided to do a bit of makeup and get CGI man in, and look! It's almost like I'm in Hollywood. Yeah. Got no life. No life at all. So yeah, claws, Wolverine claws. If you don't know who Wolverine is, he's got adamantium claws, basically. If Brian Singer's watching and he needs a new young Wolverine, he knows where I am. As you can see, I am a natural and I think I look quite good with claws. So yeah, hook me up, Brian. Icky. Anyway, I'm doing the Wolverine. Wolverine is one of my favourite characters in Marvel. Wolverine is basically part of the X-Men, but he's usually on his own. He's got adamantium claws, which he got from a Weapon X project. He's got a healing factor. He's really, really old. He's just a badass, and he's played by Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman does films when he's not singing, which I prefer. Yeah, well, Wolverine, this is leading on from X-Men 3 Last Stand, which in the end he killed Jean Grey. Spoiler. And he's in China now, he's all sad and hairy. Then somebody he saved previously, long time ago in the Korean War, he saved someone from a bomb. And basically this guy is now a billionaire who's dying, but he offers to give Wolverine a cure for his healing factor thing, so he can finally die. But then it all kicks off from there, and Wolverine has to save this girl, and he hasn't got a healing factor anymore, so it's all stuff happens. But yeah, that's basically what happens in the film. Claws. So I'll go on to the good points of the film now. Good points of the film. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I can't see anybody apart from Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. Maybe me, but no. Seriously, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is really good and is probably his strongest role. And I'll repeat what I said earlier, he's not singing, which I'm not saying Hugh Jackman's a bad singer, but I think we'd prefer if he didn't sing. Just like Russell Crowe, who shouldn't have been in Les Mis. But yeah, he's back, he's Wolverine, he's a really good actor, Hugh Jackman, I really like him. And as Wolverine, faultless, love him. Plays him to the point of perfection. Claws. Also, in this film, they go back to Wolverine and how he started off, really. Well, no, not how he started off, really to the base of the character. Wolverine is a very lonely character. He is usually on his own and he's very troubled. And they did that really well in this film. They did X-Men Origins Wolverine and they didn't do it that well. But in this one, you could sense that he just didn't enjoy himself. And yeah, it was really good. And I'm glad, because X-Men Origins was a bit of a puppy pants film. But this one is an improvement, and I'm really happy that they actually did Wolverine like he is in the comics, which is a relief. Also, in this film, they always refer back to the previous film, showing that it's becoming an X-Men universe, which I like, because there's a new X-Men film, which I talked about in my video last week. I have to take these off. But yeah, I talked about that last week, but it's leading on to it, which I really like. Because then you can feel that these films actually play a part in something, that they're not just a money-making machine. But yeah, that's what I liked about it. Also, the story's actually quite interesting and good, and the villains in it, Silver Samurai and Viper, I thought they were suitable, really. They're not really there to be running the show. It's about Wolverine, and Wolverine is the main person, and he should always be the main person. While with X-Men Origins Wolverine, I feel like they ran off with other characters a bit too much. But yeah, Wolverine is all about him. The story is good. It's about him looking after this girl who's been hunted by hitmen and blah blah blah. And yeah, I really like this film. I enjoyed it. What I also liked about this film is that they went to Japan, and Japan is a big part of Wolverine's history. He went there, he trained there. In the comics, he's got a master. And in the end he dies in Japan, Wolverine does. So yeah, I was glad they went to Japan with this one. And they're exploring a character more. Because everyone likes Wolverine, and his his publicity like shot, and then he became really famous after X-Men. The film came out, so that's why people are interested in him, because he's actually a really interesting character. And I'm glad they explored him more, rather than just doing, this is Wolverine versus Sabretooth, and he's got to save the world from a nuclear cow, which Sabretooth controls. But no, there's an actual story, and they're getting off the comics, and the comics are brilliant. I highly recommend reading the comics if you can. I've got a bunch of them down there, which I do like to peruse every now and again. But yeah, I'm glad they followed the comics. However, like I always say, there is no such thing as a perfect film. So I'm going to do the bad points now. Oh no. Broke it. Oh no. What noise did I make? I'm taking these off. One of the main bad points of this film, and it's kind of what the story is that Wolverine does lose his healing factor, but I think the directors and the producers or whatever kind of forgot that Wolverine's also a badass, because he gets injured a lot. Like he's not a shit fighter, Wolverine. Wolverine is very, very handy in a fight, but for some reason he's got like zero defense. He just gets punched in the face, stabbed, shot, blown up, flamethrowered, cyanide, acid. He's just crap. It shows him like he's unstoppable and blah blah blah, but Wolverine's actually handy in a fight, and I think he'd kind of like to avoid getting hit if he can, even though he knows he can take it. But they kind of ignored that, and in the end I was a bit like, oh come on, it's a bit annoying now how shit Wolverine is. Another bad point to this film, and also superhero films in general, they're so long. Like, why are they so long, man? There's so much they can cut out, which they don't need, and they just add to it because they feel like they should be another fight or whatever. But they're really long. Hero films used to be like an hour and a half or something, but now they're like close to 3 hours, and I don't see the point in them. And it's a bit annoying. So maybe it's not just a bad point about Wolverine. Maybe it's just a bad point about superhero films in general. But yeah, it's a bit long. Another bad point is that Hugh Jackman is literally the only actor of note in the film. And I feel like you could have done it with a bit more star power, you know? Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are in it, but I think that was their X-Men Days of Future Past contracts, because it leads on. That's the after-scene credits. But yeah, there's no actors of note in it apart from Hugh Jackman. And some of the characters, I just, you know, you'd like to see one or two familiar faces, but some of them I didn't have a bloody clue who they were. I was just a bit like, I'd like to see, like, I don't know, The Rock turn up and just punch Wolverine in the face every now and again. That would have been cool. I had that in the film. Chuck that in the script. I could have wrote that in, you know? Just, yeah, no star power, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of put a downer on it. Now would be... Oh, God. Now! But yeah, now would be the time I usually do my favourite scene of the film. I have two favourite scenes, and both of them are really bloody hard for you to do on your own. So I'm going to try one and just talk you through the other one. Okay? Okay.
Woof. Meow.
Sounds like it's a question what I do with my life. Selfie! That was one of my favourite scenes. If you didn't understand, Wolverine pretty much found a dying bear and put it out of his misery. And it was a really touching moment, and I really liked that because it showed Wolverine for a caring man. Because Wolverine is a caring man. Also, my other favourite scene was a point where, spoilers, Wolverine does get his healing factor back. Surprise, surprise. And there's a shitload of ninjas come after him, and they throw like rope darts and stuff, and they try to like drag him back. He's got loads of like harpoons and shit in the back, and he's just walking forward. And I was just like, what a badass moment, and I really liked that scene. So yeah, those are my two favourite scenes. Done really well, I think you agree. So there we are. That's my review of The Wolverine. As you can see, as you can tell, Ethan, I quite enjoy this film. It's a superhero film, so I'm going to enjoy it because I love superheroes. But yeah, this is quite a good film. It's like watching a comic, really, on the screen. If you don't like comics, you won't like this film. But yeah, it is a good film. It's enjoyable. It's action-packed. It won't go down as one of the great superhero films. It's not exactly dramatic or story-driven. It's just a good film if you like action superheroes. I would recommend you watch it. So I'm going to give it about 3.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I recommend watching that. I enjoyed it. It's not an awesome film, but it's a good film. And it's the best Wolverine film they've done, at least. And Hugh Jackman is not singing in it, so that's a bonus. And just for that, you should get this film. But yeah, 3.5, 4 to 5. It's a good film. I really liked it. But yeah, that's my review of the Wolverine. If you liked it, then subscribe, like, comment what you thought about the film. I'm interested to hear if you've seen this and if you liked it as well. But yeah, that's my review. So as always, like and subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr. All the links are down below. I'll link you a page where you can buy this DVD. And yeah, that was me getting out my next film. Next week, I will be reviewing This Is the End. This is the end. So yeah, if you want to watch that review, please come back. If you watch this film, watch my review next week and see what you think. See if you agree and see if you liked it. Please tell me. But yeah, that's all from me. What I just said. Do that. Anyway, tatty bye.